This is the PNGTV Live News. I'm Quintina Naime. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands will provide relief assistance to the earthquake-affected areas. Catholic Bishops' Conference Father Victor Roach says relief assistance will go to homes, schools, clinics, roads and bridges that have been damaged by the disaster. Florida Gulaseni with more.
Earthquakes are one of nature's most destructive forces, able to cause incomprehensible amount of damage in a very short period of time. Father Roach says the Mendi Catholic Diocese will be coming together to conduct the relief efforts.
And also they will be able to coordinate the relief efforts. I really want to reiterate that the efforts should not be just for one church, but this kind of catastrophe is for all the people. All the people have been affected, so there should be ecumenical effort. There could be people of all ages and religions should come together and help these people affected.
He added that the mass destruction that Mother Nature has caused will take time to return back to normalcy, but this will require support from everyone.
Schools, houses, clinics, roads, bridges have been affected. People find it difficult to move from one place to the other, and relief efforts are also hampered by these. So it is good that we coordinate more, and we hope to get better reports from them.
At the moment, on the ground, brothers, sisters and priests from the churches are doing all they can to assist. Father Roach further added that as a Christian country, let us stand together and pray during this time.
And it is in God's plan that has happened. And it is good that we learn from these lessons how we can help one another. And please go to church and you pray, and we pray, all of us in Papua New Guinea, we are praying for you. In these testing times, we are with you and we will help you.
Father Roach added that as the reports from sources continue to update the country and the world on the situation on the ground, support continues to flooding. So as part of the relief initiative to help support, the following banking details have been provided for those who are willing to give in. Florida Gulaseni, PNGTV Live.
Reorganizing settlements into suburbs is top priority for new city manager for the National Capital District, Bernard Kippit. Kippit was appointed by the National Executive Council on the 21st of February 2018, taking over office from outgoing city manager Leslie Allo today.
Some exercises were actually done.
The new city manager commenced office with a 10-point short-term plan in place, which includes providing basic services into settlements. This is in line with the Settlement to Suburb project initiated by the national government, co-funded by the Governor for NCD, Powes Pakop. Kippit highlights the National Capital District Commission discourages illegal settlements.
There's many uncontrolled settlements in NCD. All right. If we can do a general mapping of all the settlements and we can reorganize them, like those old ones, you know, we can sort of say, okay, we can legalize them, and those little ones that are popping up, we can remove them and maybe join them up with the old ones. Okay, so it makes it easier for the authority, you know, to provide services to that kind of establishment, right?
Outgoing city manager Leslie Allo, who has been in office for 11 years, has done a lot for the city in terms of development and infrastructure. These include establishment of the Kumul flyover, Paga Hill Ring Road, Kora Way Highway, the new Luke Ella Beach, Erimato 9 Mile Road, and the projects under construction including Stanley Esplanade and 9 Mile to 17 Mile Road. Allo urges all 700 staff to work with the new city manager.
I want to thank you all, the Board of Commissioners, the Executive Management, the Capital Works Projects team, and the staff for giving me your undivided support during my 11 years as CM. You know, I got used to the acronym CM, but it's now transferred to our new CM, Mr. Bernard Kippit.
That is something that
NCD Governor Powis Pakop saluted and thanked Alo for his services and congratulated and welcomed Kipit as he took office.
Salute Mr. Alo and thank him for the time, for the passion, for the commitment, for his service, and for his loyalty to me, to the commissioners, to you all the staff, and to our city. He has done a lot, and he must get this credit.
Other areas the new city manager will be focused on delivering in the 10-point plan include implementing the Motu-Koita infrastructure plan, imposing ban on razor wire for fencing, Betelnut Ban, consistent waste collection, removing stray dogs, and introduce police foot patrol at public areas. Quintina Naime, PNGTV Live. Settlers living at the Kaugere settlement in the nation's capital gathered yesterday to air their views on the new Settlements to Suburbs program. The program is spearheaded by City Governor Powis Pakop, Mosby South MP Justin Kachenko, and Northeast MP John Kaupa. Florida Gulaseni with more.
Kaugere is one of the oldest settlements in Papua New Guinea, having started in the 1960s, and is home to a population of some 10,000, where only 300 people are employed. On the mission to build the city of Port Moresby, a part of the pilot project that was initiated by the national government, co-funded by the governor for NCD, Powis Pakop, known as the Settlement to Suburb Project, to upgrade and change the city.
So when you have all these modern facilities coming into your power, road, sewage, water, why do we call it settlement? We don't call it settlement anymore. You do not live in a settlement. You're not settlement people. This is a planned suburb. A planned suburb. So we will change the name to Kaugere Suburb.
Member for Moresby Northeast John Kaupa says the city must progress and move forward, and this initiative will not only take place in Kaugere alone, but including other settlements in his electorate.
Campaign around people must give him title. Now people like actually Moshe Brother, within 6 months, something must happen. Make a big must go in. Because law very one kind, but be like a Moshe Emdo. You may not understand, so you must deliver him.
Most of the blocks have been surveyed by the National Housing Commission and owners have been identified. Therefore, in order for the process to begin, the Department of Lands needs to verify this information.
Verifying who actually owns the individual blocks here in Kaugere and Kaugeba, who owns them, and also who will be on that particular title. We have to have confirmation.
Apart from this development taking place in Kaugere, Minister Tachanko also announced other developments that will be taking place within the next few years, like the Kaugere Market, Kaugere Football Stadium, and the Kila Kila Health Center. Both members urged the people of Kaugere to cooperate with and work alongside the members to see this dream and vision come true. Florida Gulaseni, PNGTV Live.
You're watching PNGTV Live News. More after this break. You're watching PNGTV Live News. Small businesses within the APEC member economies are thriving and connecting to the regional and global market with assistance from the APEC SME Working Group. Small and medium enterprises, or SMEs, deploy over half of the workforce in APEC member economies. Among the SMEs showcased at the venues of the first senior officials meeting underway in Port Moresby are Hanamoa Organics and Bougainville Pride Arts and Crafts Limited. Bougainville Pride Arts and Crafts Limited's products are uniquely made, and the raw materials for production derives from the natural surroundings such as coconut, pandanus leaves and seashells. Owner Sharon Kenatsi says the APEC meeting has given her the opportunity to showcase her products, and she hopes to establish contacts with potential buyers locally and internationally to sell her products. Hanamoa Organics produces local virgin coconut oil from Abao in the Central Province, hopes to expand their market opportunities during APEC meetings. Hanamoa Organics representatives Carol Martin admits bottling the product is a problem because of the cost involved in importing unleaded bottles from Australia while purchasing leads elsewhere. It will cost an SME 3 million kina to bottle their coconut products and have it available on a world market. Co-chair for the Committee of Trade and Investment, Julie Wapo, says she understands the struggles local SMEs are enduring. Wapo reveals they are looking at ways to assist SMEs who are in this business and looking at how to best facilitate their needs, getting the right policy and the right regulations in place. She says they are looking at a right policy that will change the landscape of how people will benefit. She adds APEC 2018 is the appropriate platform for bringing these policies for discussions and for investors to see that there is enormous potential among local businesses. Vice Minister for the Department of Agriculture and Livestock, Henry Ame, reminded Asia Pacific's agriculture and food security officials that smallholder farmers must be given agricultural opportunities as part of APEC's inclusion agenda. Ame says APEC must ensure that smallholder farmers be empowered and be fully integrated into the value chains and economy to enable them to be food secured and live a happy, prosperous life. He said this while addressing the delegates of the APEC Policy Partnership on Food Security who convened for a dialogue in Port Moresby recently before the first APEC senior officials meeting later this week. Farmers who operate small holdings account for more than 70% of agricultural production in many developing countries, are the main drivers of agricultural economies. Ame reveals their productivity is low due to poor access to capital, markets, knowledge and skills, as well as information and technology. In addition to that, they face stiff competition from large industrial farms and multinational food companies. He says policies must be translated into business opportunities to increase marketing and trade of agriculture and of agricultural products, which will contribute to poverty alleviation and increase quality of life for APEC citizens. In preparation for the APEC Leaders Summit in November, police station commanders throughout the city have been instructed to keep suburbs clean. Waigani Police Station Commander Jerry Yawa is pleased with his police officers who have commenced the major cleanup around Waigani bus stop and the main market area. Florida Gulaseni with more.
A week ago, Waigani police officers have taken the responsibility as instructed by the PSC to clean around their police station, main bus stop areas and roads. They're keeping an eye ensuring these areas are kept clean at all times. Police Station Commander Jerry Yawa says in the process of cleaning up, removing vendors was also a priority.
They wanted to help me to clean the street. But indirectly, I told them, I know where you are coming from. Because, they wanted me to give them some good responses like, how do they feed their children or bus fare or school fee or, this kind of things.
He added that as soon as the vendors were removed from the public areas, they are now fronting up at the police station, wanting to help police in ways to earn a little since they have given up their street sales.
Because I told my policemen to clean the street. After cleaning, they went off the street. They got no tin fish and rice. They got no bus fare. So that's where the buck stops. So now I'll come back again. Indirectly, they're asking me, we want to help you. But you can help me. But how can I help you too?
Commander Yawa says with most of the APEC meetings taking place within the city, he is asking the public to help in keeping the city clean.
Because most of this meeting will be taking place at Laguna, Stanley Hotel and Lamana Hotel. And because, we are closer to Parliament, so at least they might cut across like this, maybe to go downtown. So they don't want to see, I don't want them to see as an eyesore for, those dignitaries.
He adds that city residents should not paint a picture of being incapable of hosting such a big event. Yawa thanks those helping to keep the city clean and hopes it will remain as it is till the APEC Leaders Summit in November. Florida Gulaseni, PNGTV Live.
The partial ban on betelnut sales in the nation's capital is a strategy taken to address the uncontrolled sales and consumption of betelnut in public places. Mosby Northeast MP John Cowper says this time they hope this step will help address the issue. Florida Gulaseni reports.
As one of the leaders supporting the partial betelnut ban in the city, member for Mosby Northeast John Cowper says so much has to change. This time, a workable solution needs to be in place to achieve this ban.
But from the previous ban, we have seen a lot of things happening with our enforcement, with our buyers, with our wholesaler, and with the consumers too. So this time we want to change a little bit so that we must come to a win-win situation.
He added a stakeholders meeting will be held to come up with a solution for all parties.
That is from the producer from Kerem all the way to Mekio, and then all the way to the buy, dealer, sellers, and the consumers, and our stakeholders here, NCDC reinforcement body, and we might involve Arrigo because they also produce buy. So that we'll have one wholesale, and we'll have distribution centers like Geru down in Koki, and other places like 6 Mile Dam.
Cowper says it will be very difficult to put a total ban, therefore people's attitude must change. He says the reinforcement body needs to be educated on how vendors and consumers are approached and dealt with.
How they can enter our consumers and dealer or wholesale buyer. We must also, it's everybody. So with that, Mr. Tengela Gamna, he started off very well, attitudes of everybody is changing in the city, and now we want to correct and at least fix so that everybody comes to understand that there's no boy ban, but you eat and you control and you go to the right place to, throw your rubbish.
Florida Gulaseni, PNGTV Live.
Prime Minister Peter O'Neill announced the release of monies for immediate relief assistance to areas hard hit by the earthquake of February 26th. Callaghan Thandarit report.
Prime Minister Peter O'Neill announced the release of monies for immediate relief assistance to areas hard hit by the earthquake of February 26th. With the emergency restoration team headed by Dr. Bill Hamblin currently coordinating relief efforts, the affected areas will, however, receive funds to be managed by the district administrators.
And I want to also announce today that the government is now already transferred 1 million kina to the most affected districts, so that district administrators and CEOs who are on the ground will coordinate the immediate relief efforts. They need the resources and money to do so. So when
O'Neill further added that the quake-hit areas in the adjoining provinces would receive funding of up to 1 to 2 million kina, depending on the scale of devastation suffered.
We have put in Tari, Koroba and Kopiago and Pomo and Magarima, Mendi and Nipa, the most affected areas, 2 million kina each for those. And the other districts like Imbongo, Kagua, Yalubu, Pangia, Kandep, Kikori, Liagam and Teleformin and of course North Fly, we are putting 1 million kina each to each of these districts. So the district administrators can immediately use that money to intervene and making sure that we can make the lives of our people much easier.
The monies paid are a commitment from the national government and are separate from the 450 million kina allocated for the restoration and rebuilding efforts under Dr. Hamblin. Having flown to the affected areas just a day after the quake struck, the Prime Minister further announced that he will be visiting again on Wednesday this week. Callaghan Tanda, PNGTV Live.
You're watching PNGTV Live News. More after this break. Welcome back. You're watching PNGTV Live News. The partial betelnut ban, recently reintroduced by City Governor Powes Pakop, has raised concerns from many vendors within the nation's capital. Many say selling betelnut is their only source of income in the city. But for one long-time cleaner at the main city center, Boroko, he can never agree more to this partial ban. Florida Golaseni reports.
Francis Yarrow, NCD Information Market Controller, who has been cleaning the streets of Boroko for more than 12 years, says if conducting a partial ban is the only way forward, it is for the best of the city. He adds selling in public places has not even helped in keeping the city hygienic.
Emba mitsambu now. Loza hadu alternative about blocking tanda pond and tambulo you chalim boil and bringing me come chelo chiri and tambu orgara.
Aro says the main waste he cleans every day is betelnut rubbish, carelessly put there by people who do not care about their city.
Bloco and tabare place, chop on the chop, go to police station, can kakaruk, the Telade blomi. Meja cleaning go much and now 12 years now. I'm in one bell. Meja cleaning na meja allow tomorrow na meja kicking boy out. Meja bellad or something.
Aro says when a ban was first introduced, consumers and vendors still did not follow. And now with the partial ban, he hopes people will abide by simple rules and most importantly, mind their rubbish to keep our city clean.
And boy, I'm kagablo yumi. Hobishman Kagai, okay, gotta choose Kagai, now all everybody Kagai. So, boy, speed, actually, you look at him, now, boy, seeking him must look at him, control me yet.
Aro urged the public to help the lawmakers and those trying their very best to keep the city clean, because one man cannot do it alone, for it is the effort of the whole city to keep our Port Moresby clean. Florida Gulaseni, PNGTV Live.
Sporting news, the Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League is not aware of any proposal on a joint NRL bid with any other city. Chairman Sandy Sakas clarifies the PNGRL position amidst stories and reports in the Australian and social media of a possible joint Cairns PNG NRL bid.
Of the media to this
Chairman Sandy Saka says PNGRL has not discussed any joint NRL bid with any other city to the NRL. Saka highlights NRL bid is a massive venture that would require substantial investment in resources and infrastructure capacity. This is in terms of elite and junior development pathways and football infrastructure, which PNG currently lacks and is still developing. Saka clarifies PNGRL believes that a PNG NRL bid in the long run must serve the interest of the game in PNG and must be structured to support the growth and development of the sport in PNG. He says they are currently progressing discussions with potential local partners with a view to addressing these issues and presenting our medium-term plans to the NRL. Saka adds PNGRL will advise of any PNG NRL bid plans in due course and hopes this puts to rest any speculation and reports of any joint NRL bids with other cities. The Hebo PNG Barramundis started the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifier campaign with a 56-run loss to the United Arab Emirates in Zimbabwe yesterday. After winning the toss, PNG Barramundis captain Asad Vala sent United Arab Emirates into bat. Barramundis took regular wickets to eventually dismiss UAE for 221 runs in the 50th over. Norman Vanua was the pick of the Barramundis bowlers, taking 4 wickets for 4 for 39 runs, while Ale Noah 2 wickets and Charles Amini Jr. 1 wicket for 12 runs were the other wicket takers. A rain delay after the lunch interval reduced the match into a 28-over run chase, with Barramundis requiring 169 runs at over a run a ball. The rain delay seemed to take the momentum right away from the Barramundis, slumping to 4 for 23 runs after 5 overs, when Vani Vagi Moria was trapped leg before wicket for 12 runs. Unfortunately, the Hebo PNG Barramundis were unable to recover from the early carnage to be eventually bowled out for a disappointing 113 runs of 25.5 overs. Amini and Vanoa were the top scorers for the Barramundis, while Mohamed Naveed was the chief destroyer for United Arab Emirates, taking 5 for 28 runs. Barramundis had a day off today before taking on Ireland tomorrow. That's the PNGTV Live News Bulletin. From myself and the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.